Hi, I'm Cary Ellis. Many of you are going to see this who know me from different times and places in my life. Some of you know I've been putting Tony Robbins on stage years ago and working with body electronics, healing my broken arm in a matter of 6 hours with some really miraculous and very cool healing skills. Right now, I'm working on getting a book completed called 21st Century Superhuman. I believe this is an extremely powerful book that is going to go through our culture like a wave. There is so much amazing material that is being given to me at the time of this writing, and I made a choice to step out of everything else in my life in order to do this. I'm actually camped in a van and a tent at the really wonderful little community house where my friend of 30 years, Teddy, who is a contributing author to the book, I'm really doing most of the writing, but she and I have dialogued for 30 years. We have a very deep wisdom that has been given to us by many teachers and by our own work and by the information that's coming through right now as to what is going on planet Earth and how for us to live in order to take a leap that is before us in our evolutionary process. Some of you know me from before, some of you will be new and have not met me before. I want to introduce the process that's going on with this book. I'd like to share personally a little bit so you get a feeling for what's going on here. If you've ever written a book, you will know that it is not a simple process. This is like a 300 to 350 page book at completion. There's a lot going into it. The first 200 pages I have probably rewritten 10 times, if not more, in the last 2 months. And it's been an extremely deepening process for me. I want to invite you on this journey with us, and it's one of the reasons I'm shooting this video. Teddy and I are going to start doing regular videos. However, I've been so immersed in getting this book done and getting it to the publisher that I have not taken the time to do the normal connecting with everybody out there that I always do. So I'm really feeling that it's important that I start doing that again, and we will start doing it together. She's not here today. She's with some of her many 11 grandchildren doing childcare for her son and daughter-in-law for a few days. And we have a dialogue that goes on from day to day. We're staying in a home, which we'll show you pictures of. 2 little houses in a neighborhood where several ladies live next door to each other and are like family to each other. And what we're learning in this time, there's just amazing shifts going on in our cosmos that are affecting us. They're affecting us to want to live in more authentic ways and affecting us to want to live from our essence. But most of us don't know how. And many are caught in this place between how do I release myself from car payments, house payments, material obligations, jobs that don't have meaning to my soul. And how do I release myself from those things and begin living a more authentic life? Well, that is everything that my work is about, the work Teddy and I are doing together. I have another site called Online Publishing Academy, which is very close to completion, and it is to help you learn how to put out an information product or a website on what you do and what you're good at and what you love and what you know. And I know there's many people that are hungry to do that. I had a relationship end a couple of years ago that I sort of had one of those dreams that it would be my lifetime relationship. What happened to me in that process, which I look back now as a very good process, although it was very devastating at the time. I've been through 2 years of what is called in Butterflies Fly Free, the cocoon stage, where I've been very internal. And some of you who know me are kind of going, well, where's Cary? Why is she so quiet? And but there's something that happens in the cocoon where we're metamorphosing from the caterpillar into the butterfly. We're in the chrysalis. We're going through this transformation process where we're shedding old layers that don't belong as part of who we're becoming. And if you will look at your life, we'll find that many of us are experiencing this right now. We may not have been able to call it exactly that, but because we're kind of being rained upon by the cosmos, we're being accelerated with these rays that are activating our pineal and pituitary glands to give us a greater experience of oneness, that we are one with all things. Albert Einstein said, if you think that you're separate from everybody else, you're living in an optical delusion. because truly we are one. I have a wonderful, beautiful star sister who I believe it's her birthday today, and she posted on Facebook, I just want to be the first to recognize that we are we, and we are one. And she didn't want birthday wishes that said, happy birthday to you. What she wanted was us to recognize that we are one, that there's nothing that can happen to anybody else that isn't affecting us or coming from us. So 21st Century Superhuman is really about our journey and how we recognize we are actually observer creators. Protons, neutrons, and electrons that you used to get taught were mini solar system. It's actually a field, a cloud of potential that waits for our attention to be placed upon it, to be brought into being. We have attention that is conscious, and it's subconscious and unconscious. And those deep unconscious layers, sometimes based in our genetics, actually run the show in our lives a lot. So 21st Century Superhuman teaches us how to clear some of those things. And then we go into, what about how do we live our lives? What is proper nutrition? What is healthy lifestyle? Most of you who know me know that I've run wheatgrass institutes. I worked with Gerson Cancer Therapy Institute back in the 70s. I've helped people get well from illnesses. I've helped run educational programs that help people get well from illnesses. I have taught healthy lifestyle. I've lived healthy lifestyle. And yet I had a really devastatingly sad thing happen to me in the last few weeks. While I'm in the process of working on getting this book out, my beloved dog, four-legged companion, Maggie, passed on into the light. And she's the third very large, beloved companion dog that I've had that came to this point where they started going through a decline and all of a sudden went into this devastating cancer just bursting out of their body. I've searched and searched. I didn't know that she had cancer. I took her to some vets and tried to find out why she was declining, and of course it wasn't something anybody could identify. So I've been through really deep inner searching, clearing the last few weeks, and I can even see in my own life, as conscious and cognitive as I am, there were areas where I was still shut down because of my genetic history, because of deep layers within me that kept me from being as present as I could have been in the situation. And not that I wasn't present with Maggie, I was with her every day, but I just didn't manage to get to the depths of it. And I had to remove my layers that were deep fear of death, fear of my dog's death, fear of cancer, fear of all the punishment and the terrible things that can happen to us when we don't understand that our true beingness is love. Maggie left a legacy that will be shared through, we'll be putting together a video and a PDF sharing the truth that I know understand how to help our dogs live longer. She is here with us. She's here with me, in spirit. She is present, and she's with this work. And then the later chapters, of course, are going to have, what is proper nutrition? What is cleansing and detox? And how does it relate to these deeper layers of who we are? If we're carrying around an ancient hatred towards someone, it's probably based in our genetics. Someone we've been angry at for years, somebody who has made us feel bad. We think they've made us feel bad. What we learn in 21st Century Superhuman, and there's tons of quantum physics quotes. I know I talk to people all the time who say, I just want to understand quantum physics. Well, you know who was teaching quantum physics 2,000 years ago? That's right, a man we call Jesus, whose name was Yeshua. So there's secrets in the ancient Aramaic. And really, quantum physics today is revealing the truth that we are observer creators in our reality. So 21st Century Superhuman is bringing this forth. I have to tell you, Teddy and I look at each other every day and we literally say, oh my God, we are not who we were yesterday. And this journey is taking me so deep. I'm living on almost a zero budget. I have green shakes every day. We have the simplest life here, salads and tea, and we sit together and hold space to call in from the field, that which is the light. What I want to share with you, though, is as these layers start being removed, and I've been watching other people who I know who are kind of working in the fields of light being transformed over the last few months, there's a depth we begin going to, and we begin seeing how illusionary, how many things we've been living for for the last 10,000 generations, for several thousand years. And as a culture, they're so ingrained in us. So how do we break free from that and begin living the essence of who we truly are, what's in our hearts and souls, before it's too late, before we're out of this dimension and gone? That's what the 21st Century Superhuman is all about. That's what the journey is about. That's what you joining us is about. If you can give a small donation to what we're doing, it will just help us get this work out. I made choices that separated me from regular income coming in because I could not write this book while I had one foot in each world. I had to step fully into this world. We joke and laugh and say, I go into the spaceship to write. I really am in such an altered state that for somebody to even come in and talk to me is basically beyond my capability at this time while I'm writing. So I'm really close to getting this done and to the publisher, probably another 2 weeks max, and we are going through Balboa Press, which is a self-publishing mechanism of Hay House. It means we have spent money in order to pay for the publishing process, but I made the choice to do this. I have another book published through CreateSpace, which is Super Immunity Secrets. I also am kind of like eking along with web development going along, but there's so much that needs to be done in the background for this book, from design, website getting furthered along. We're working on putting a member content area up, so you guys will have a place to come to and you can watch videos that teach you how to live this life. How do we step into this new level of our existence as 21st century superhumans? So we're asking for donations right now. That's not why I'm doing this video. However, what I wanted to do is come and be present with you and help you understand why it is that we're asking for donations, because some people don't understand. When I say I'm getting the book to the publisher, they think some publishing house has paid us a bunch of money and they're going to put it out there. Today, with self-publishing being what it is, it's much more difficult to be published by a publishing house. You've almost got to be succeeding in order for someone to want to take you on. So there's so many skills that I have that I'm so grateful for from the years of web work I've been doing and writing and educating, and Teddy and I together bring more skills to the table than we have alone. And that's another thing. We know that we need to create community today. All of us do. The time of the Lone Ranger, of living out, as Oriah Mountain Dreamer says, of living out there just by yourself and being alone, it's not how we were made. And so 21st Century Superhuman also addresses this. How do we manage to cooperate with each other? Because unless we have the skills to do it, we don't. Join us on this journey. Becoming a 21st Century Superhuman is a way for you to begin to emerge into who you truly came to planet Earth to be. We're in an amazing time where there are tools, information, resources given us, and there are millions of people on the planet who are in this shift, who are participating. So you're not alone. It's not like being just a handful of people like it used to be. So here we are, many blessings on the path. Join us on the path. Join us in this journey. If you can contribute $10, $1, $20, $30. We have crowdfunding going on right now for about 8 more days at Indiegogo. I know I've had people say, oh, the one video was too long and too homey, and then the next video is too radical. And you know what? I'm kind of a one-woman show here, putting together videos and trying to get a book done. So we're doing our best, and our presentation may not be the most slick, shiny, perfect, that it could be if we had our full attention to put on that. But we're just going to ask you, as you end up coming in contact with us from your heart, if you feel pulled to be part of this, we would love to have you participate with us and be part of seeding humanity for a viable future. And we also have Virtual Earth Village that's coming up behind 21st Century Superhuman. There's powerful work happening here to give us tools and resources to build lives that will carry us into a new future. We love you. We hold the space of love for all of us to grow and become who we are. And I thank you from the spaceship of the 21st Century Superhuman. Okay, we'll see you as the journey continues. Be blessed. We have a website, 21st Century Superhuman in process right now. It's not completely done. We have a Facebook page. You can just look up 21st Century Superhuman on Facebook. We have an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign going on. I will post the link to that just to donate. There's awesome gifts. You can get a copy of the book, the ebook, t-shirt, bumper sticker, consultations, all kinds of cool things. So join us and get in on this energy. Make it part of your life. Get something cool and help us go the next step. I figured it out the other day. If 300 people each gave $35, that would get us to our Indiegogo crowdfunding goal. You don't have to give a lot, but by just giving just a little bit, help it move ahead. And I'm serious. This book is going to go like a wave through our culture. It is. And we want you to be there with us, riding that wave to the next level of what we are in the middle of becoming as 21st Century Superhumans. Okay, lots of love, many blessings, and namaste. I bow to the divine within you.